Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Who's that? Who's that? All right. Turn this up a wee bit. All right. Let's see. Welcome. It is kind of a random ass time to be doing this, eh? Don't you know? Okay, there. 5:19. Yes. Okay. Peter. What's going on, people? Howdy ho, neighbor. I don't know why I randomly just decided to working on some thumbnails and just messing around on my computer currently, so thought I might hang out, maybe read a story or two, whatever. You know, this channel's AI though, so you'll have to listen to AI stories. What's going on, guys? Hey to everyone. Hey, hello. And oh shit. What just happened? Okay, there we go. Darth Vader Williamson. Appreciate that, man. I don't think that of myself, but I'm glad you think so. I'm glad you enjoy what you hear and shit. What's everybody up to? Anything exciting? Work? Not working? Taking a poop? I am AI. Yes, I am AI. I am Allen Iverson. Let's move that over there. Ow. Yeah, I don't do lives very often. Unfortunately, my time frame and when I can do them is pretty limited, and I'm not really a night owl, not really anymore. So whenever I do have time and my kids are asleep, I'm probably falling asleep not long after that. So road to Walmart for sugar. Ooh, oh sugar. Ow. Ignoring a 15-word essay just to listen to this. Wow, that is commitment. That is commitment. Just so you know, at any point in time during this, if I just disappear or quit, it's probably because my daughter woke up from her nap. So just giving you a heads up now. I'll say bye, but it might be a really quick out. But hope y'all are having a fantastic, what is today? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Stony baloney drinking my morning coffee. Nice. Let's see. What was I going to do? You have an excellent voice for the genre. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate that, my man. Let's see. What was I? Oh yeah, okay. Let's put this over here so I can actually read the chat at the same time I do all this. Lucy, I just turned 82. Celebrating my 82nd birthday not that long ago. Does my voice fit my age? I have a patient procedures to do, but need mental boosters so that can wait. Oh shit! Whoops! Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, Southern Candy and Mr. Nightmare, definitely two of the greats. I think between probably Joel, Let's Read, Mr. Nightmare, um, I don't know, Mr. Ballin. There's so many good narrators out there doing this. So I'm very lucky to be a part of this genre or niche or whatever you want to call it. Are you ever going to do a face reveal? Probably not, because the internet and people are crazy. No offense, but the less you know about me, the better. Let's see. Did you ever watch Walking Dead? Yes, I did. But I fell off. When was it? Season 5 or 6. Whenever, spoiler alert, they killed Glenn and Abraham. That's when I kind of fell off. I don't know, it was a really good show, but it just got super repetitive, you know? Like, oh, we're safe. We found somewhere safe. And now, oh wait, no, we're not safe anymore, and shit's going down, and it's just like a cycle over and over. But I have had plenty of people, like my coworkers when I still worked at the post office, and other friends tell me like, hey, you need to give it another chance because it's gotten better. It's, but I've yet to revisit it. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Who knows? Yeah, Robert De Niro. Yeah, I can't believe that dude is still pumping out kids in his 80s. That is wild. How did you find all these stories? Are they fictional or real life experiences? I recently, I'd say probably 3 or 4 months ago, maybe it was a little further out than that. I found I was just posting on Reddit looking for somebody to find stories for me because it was a pain in the ass to do that by myself. So any narrators that are still doing that or do that for their own channel, I commend you. I know it can be expensive to outsource that, but it's a pain in the butt to find really good stories. Good, like convincing stories that are, or at least seem real, because again, all of the stories that I read on my channel are always allegedly true. I can't go out there and foolproof and confirm all these stories for myself. There's just no way to do that. So take it for what you whatever you want. They're all allegedly true. But long story short, I hired a guy named Zach to find all the stories and rewrite them for me and put them in like a format that's actually legible and readable, because a lot of the stories that I would find, no offense, a lot of the people like really, they'd have good stories, but they really wouldn't know how to convey it and put it into words, because not everybody's a writer, obviously, myself included. Even when I've told my stories before for other podcasts or submitted them years ago, I'm not a good writer either. So I'm sure people are like, what the hell is this dude trying to say? Or the run-ons and the grammatical errors and all that stuff. So Zach's a fantastic dude. He's got books out. He's really good at what he does, and he helps me out tremendously, because I wouldn't be able to put out 2 episodes a week if it wasn't for him. And he finds good stories and quality stories, and when they aren't, and kind of like, not written down properly, he rewords it and does all that stuff. So yeah, he's a solid dude. Wouldn't be able to be continuing to grow without him. So sound like Let's Read. That's a giant compliment. I definitely, Joel, Mr. Nightmare, all those dudes, like the OGs from 7, 8 years ago, if not longer. Those are the ones I listened to when I was still working in 9 to 5, and like, damn, I wish I could do this for a living. Thinking to myself, So I'm lucky that I'm glad I finally just did it and stopped talking about it, because I talked about it for years. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Those things where you're like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that one day. And then it never happens. You get drunk and you're like, I'm going to start a band, or I'm going to start a podcast, and you never do it. Yeah. That's kind of where I was at for years. Yeah, Zach is the MVP, man. He's a really cool dude, very solid dude, and very good at what he does. Thanks for stopping by, Lucy. I appreciate it. Have a good day. PP pants. That is an awesome name. That's an awesome name. That got me good. I appreciate it. Thoughts on Corpse Husband for doing music and no longer doing horror narration? Yeah, I mean that dude was kind of like one of the big cornerstones of this industry or niche or whatever you want to call it. So it was kind of upsetting that he doesn't do it anymore because that dude had the perfect voice for it. He was like one of the big ones, you know, like Mr. Nightmare and Joel. And like, I feel like their voices are just made for it. So it kind of sucks. I'm not really into that whole music. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just not for me, really. I mean, some of it's good and some of it's just a little over my head. So, but I mean, if he's happy doing that and not doing narrations anymore, then I feel like he's got the voice to. He could be making so much money, which I'm sure he is, off of singing and voice acting and stuff like that. But yeah, you don't really see or hear about him doing any more narrations, if at all. All the older ones are still there, but there's a lot of voice cloning and narration voices. To my knowledge, I have not encountered it yet. I'm sure at some point I will. I just recently, over the last couple of months, started putting like a watermark on my videos too. So, because I've gotten sent videos of people just straight up downloading my content and then re-uploading it on channels. But as far as the AI thing goes and taking my voice and using it for that, I haven't encountered that yet. But I wouldn't put it past because I'm sure you guys run into it too. There really is tons of AI channels where people just straight up use the AI voice, and if you know it, you can tell the distinction between like me reading or any of us actual narrators reading compared to AI. Like a lot of the time, a lot of the stories and my voice will be kind of monotone, but AI can't put inflections on things. So when I put like, a little bit of mustard on like he shouted this or X, Y, and Z, that type of thing, like AI voices can't really do that. At least not yet, or at least not to my knowledge. I'm sure it probably will happen in the future, but at least right now, there's a clear distinction between the two. And yeah. But it's hilarious when people like call my channel like this channel is clearly AI, and I'm like, bro, listen to my voice for a couple of minutes and then listen to me fuck up a word or talk over myself or mispronounce something. Like sometimes I wish I was an AI channel just so I wouldn't, like not mess up as much as I do. Like I even still I'll re-listen to my episodes just to make sure that it sounds good, and I'll still miss stuff to where when I was editing, I missed, a part where I'll say a word twice, like in quick succession because I forgot to, remove that or whatever. Thanks for stopping by, Darth. Have a good day, man. What made you start your channel? Sorry. I forgot to answer that one too. Basically, I think I hit it on a little bit earlier. I was just trying to like listening to all these horror narration channels and stuff like that. So I was like, man, I want to do this. I want to do my own channel and I want to try this out and see what happens. Because I've had family members and friends tell me like, you got a good voice, and I can kind of sing occasionally too. So I don't know. It always, definitely was one of those things I thought about. But again, it's one of those things you just talk about and talk about and talk about, but you never actually pursue and do it. And then finally, I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm tired of talking about this. I'm going to do it. Have there been any stories that you've seen that are so messed up that bring yourself to read them for your viewers? Not really. Now that I have kids, and I know this is kind of a running theme, I can't really listen to too many things about kids or kids getting hurt or things like that. I can tolerate it to a certain extent, but if it starts getting like super graphic and super into the details, it's hard to not take that and put it into my own life and think about if that would happen to my kids and how I would feel, and not like kind of messing me up in a sense. So there's not really too many things that really mess with me or anything like that. But I mean, I guess that's kind of a common thing nowadays. Like people with kids, it's hard to listen to stories about kids getting, hurt or killed or anything like that. Oh, thanks, thanks, Rocky. Thanks for the two. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by. are you going to be reading any stories? I thought about it, but I don't want to get into one and then my daughter wake up from her nap. I might. I just thought I was making thumbnails and just dicking around on my computer, so I thought maybe I'd just hop on live and see what was going on. You never say or yeah, I mean that's kind of true. I remove all those ums and uhs and stuff like that because I just don't like the way it sounds, you know? I just don't. Trust me, if you listen to my process of me actually recording it and like hearing this, the clicker, so I know where my mistake was, you'd get annoyed really quick. Most people do. I even do. On your channel before entering areas, looking for something to listen to, trying to sleep with my insomnia. Appreciate that, Kelly. That means a lot. Thank you. Like human with inflection. There are some, please not. I'll have to check that out, you know, and see what they sound like. I mean, again, I'm sure it's even happening now, and it's definitely going to happen in the future where it takes over in that sense, you know. Yeah, I'm probably not going to sing you a scary story though. I don't like listening to myself as it is, as much as I have to listen to myself once I edit. I get annoyed with my voice really quickly, so you definitely don't want to hear myself sing and do all that too, you know. You should send out a raw file unedited, call it Booze and Booze After Hours. That's not a bad idea, man. You know, I've said it a million times, the people that give me $5 a month and I've only put out like 2. I need to maybe do that. Put out some raw edits on there. See if anybody wants that. String Bean, thank you. I appreciate that. Tony, yes, I do have a couple of my own horror stories. I'd have to find. I've told 2 of them on this channel, but one of them's really old, from like a compilation from around Halloween, I think 2 years ago. I've reached out to a bunch of narrators and had them tell their own scary stories, and so that whole episode is just narrator scary stories. I have one in that one, and then there's recently a couple of months ago, I did a delivery stories episode, and one of my stories from the post office is in that episode. Daughter's on your heart. Yeah, she's already got me wrapped around her finger, man. Like, I can only imagine it's going to get worse once I get older, for sure. Because I'm head over heels in love with that girl already, and she's only 9 months old. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to happen. You 2 almost dominate my feed. You 2 fantastic work. Yeah, Rocky's a dope channel too. If you're not subscribed to him, you're missing out. He's got a lot of good content. You should definitely be listening to him. If for some reason you're not subbed already. Yeah. We appreciate that, man. Thank you. Any bucket states? Any bucket states you plan on visiting? Like bucket list states that I haven't visited that I want to visit? Bucket list. Oh, you got it. Yeah, I was all over in the Army, man. Like the Army took me all over for 4 years, but there's still quite a few states that I have not been to that I want to go to. I definitely want to go up like to like Montana and things like that. I would like to go more. I'm not really a big city person. I like to visit occasionally, but shit gives me anxiety, man. I hate big cities. I like visiting them, but I can never live in one. I like more rural. I like to get away from people more than get closer to people, if that makes any sense. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. I got a 5-year-old and a 9-month-old, and yeah, it's been a wild ride, because ask me even 6 or 7 years ago about being a dad, and I would have laughed in your face, and now everything's changed. I'm trying to look and see if I missed any questions. I don't think so. Yeah, I got was it tomorrow? Friday? What is it today? Thursday? Yeah, Friday. So tomorrow we'll be camping and hiking stories. I just got the stories late last night, I think. So I'll probably record some of them tonight and then the rest of them tomorrow, and it'll be out tomorrow. My fucking uh story or my episode yesterday got demonetized because of the song that was in the intro for my new intro. So hopefully that gets fixed too. Didn't even think about that when I played it. I appreciate that, Kelly. Amy, shut up. Shut up. I know you've heard these stories before. I've heard them all before too. That's usually what I do after I get done reading these stories. I tell myself I've heard these stories before. His channel is the Bee's Knees, Cat's Pajamas, the Notorious Boozy. Yeah, I like that one. Might change my channel name to that. What made me start my channel? I think I hit on it a little bit earlier. Just listening to Joel and being scared and Mr. Nightmare and Corpse Husband and all those, and I was just like, I want to do this too. And 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago, I finally just stopped talking about it and did it. Please don't go back and listen to my very first episodes because they sound like doo-doo paper. Any new vids coming to the True Crime channel? Probably not anytime soon, man. I wish I had the time to do it, but I barely have enough time to put out 2 episodes on this channel. I was talking to a couple of friends about that the other day. Honestly, that's still an itch that I really want to scratch, and that I'm not getting to scratch with this channel is doing like true crime and like deep dives and mysteries and stuff like that, because that stuff is so much fun. But there's just enough of a difference between that and this channel that I can't really put them together, because most people are here to listen to stories, fall asleep, that type of thing, like pay attention but not pay too much attention, and with the true crime stuff, a lot of that's like visuals and all that stuff. So I really would like to be doing that too, but I'm hoping once August gets here, my son will start going to kindergarten, and then he'll be gone, all day at school. And then I can swap out my daughter with my son to where my son is currently going to get like babysat at. And then I'll have like more time that I know what to do with, and which will open up, more time to do other projects and things like that. So I'm hoping by August I can start dabbling into something like that. Because I do have another channel called Horrid, but I haven't uploaded to it in like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months. It's been a while. Thank you, Blue. Amy, tell us a story that you haven't heard. Just go ahead and type it out. Type out a full story for us, please. And I'll read it. Yeah, I need to rebrand. It is rebrand time. Let's see. What was I gonna do? Charlie bit me. Also, I don't know if not also, but at any point my daughter could wake up from her nap and I'll have to just dip out. So be prepared for that when it happens. It will happen. No one has ever believed the real horror. If they haven't, people are awful. No one ever believes the real horror. Yeah, people are the real horror. That's why I used to listen to like the no sleep stuff and the fiction. And there is a lot of still good stuff out there. I just don't listen to it as much because once I found that, there's channels that do allegedly true scary stories and stuff like that, and that kind of consumed my whole outlook on it. And yeah, people are way scarier than monsters and stuff like that to me. So, yeah, yes. There once was a house with a door, three walls, and this is important to the story. Oh my God. When I know this is a common theme with a lot of narrators, but anytime somebody starts describing like the layout of their house or like, I promise this is important to the story, I black out. I have no idea what I'm reading. And it goes on for way longer than it probably should, because sometimes it is important to say the layout of the house or talk about that, but then I'd say 9 times out of 10, it doesn't even ever come into play. In order to make this story make sense, you need to understand the layout of my T-shape. What about the master backyard? The second channel is called Horrid, Horrid. And it's really hard to find. I found that out after naming it and making it, that there's a kids show called Horrid Henry, I think it's called. So every time you type in Horrid Henry always comes up, and my channel never comes up ever. I'd have to find the link straight to it. It's all really old. Like I said, like 6, 7, 8 months old. So, I mean, there's some good concepts there, and I had fun with those episodes. I just had more time then than I do now, and yeah, so. Yes. Hold on, gotta take a drink of water. Drink of water, mate. Been fasting the last couple of days, well, since Monday, and I'm hungry. Can't wait to eat like a full-on meal. Saying it's important also, yeah, it is. I mean, it just feels like filler. It feels like unnecessary filler, that because at any point in time, most of the time, somebody could just dip out during the story. Like I lose interest very quickly. Somebody starts describing an L-shaped hallway or a T-shaped hallway or a master backyard or all of these things, and it goes on for way longer than it should. I'm probably losing people. But the funny thing about it too is that I feel like I get shit from people when it's not my story. I'm just the middleman. I'm just the guy telling the story. And people are like, I would never do that. That's not true. If that happened to me, I'd pull out my machine gun and my RPG and just shoot them right then and there. Not true. Gotta understand the layout of my pants. There's a third leg. Of course. Yeah, exactly. Describe that in detail. What is your dream horror channel collab? Well, I've collabed with a lot of my quote-unquote heroes. I've collabed with Let's Read. I've collabed with Being Scared. I've collabed with Southern Cannibal. I've collabed with who else? A lot of just a lot of people that I never even thought I would even talk to. I ended up collabing with. I think my dream collab would be like doing something with Mr. Ballin somehow. You know, that dude's a badass. I love what he does. There's a reason he has like 8 million and is growing every day and still growing and at the level that he is. Yeah, I think that would be my dream one, or maybe Mr. Nightmare or something. I don't think he really ever collabs with anybody though. So hanging out for a while with you, cannot write much because some procedure modifier. Thank you very much. Is it Elk? Am I saying that right? ELKE, Elk. That means a lot to me. What up, Zach? What's going on, man? Yeah, Mr. Ballin is just a badass, dude. I just watched, I don't know if anybody watches the Sean Ryan show, but he was like a Navy SEAL and has like SEALs and stuff on, and Rangers and stuff, and if you're into that type of thing. And Mr. Ballin was just on one of his recent episodes. It's like a 4-hour long episode, but I watched every bit of it, and he goes from start to finish about his story and the shit he's seen and did. It's it's pretty cool. It's cool hearing the backstory behind it all. I want to be Mr. Ballin. You should definitely do that, Amy. That'd be pretty cool. Do a lot of like knife hands and hand motions with whenever you talk to people and stuff like that. Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me try to find it and I'll put it in chat. I'd rather you go back and watch this stuff than go back to my like first few episodes because it is dog shite. I wonder if it's even still a channel. Maybe YouTube deleted it because they're like, you don't upload to this. This is not okay. Please. Where are you at, Horrid? Oh, there you are. It's been a while. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on to your butts. Okay. Do you have any military experience that would fit this channel? Unfortunately not. I've experienced some things, but nothing like supernatural or anything like that. Nothing that really would correlate to this channel nowadays or whatever. It is that bad. Like I didn't put any I can't remember the last. It's been a really long time since I listened to it, but I remember the last time I listened to it, I was just cringing the whole fucking time. That is dedication, Kelly. Thank you. I couldn't listen to my voice for that long, for that extended period of time. There's no way. I get annoyed with just listening to myself on a regular basis. I think you're better than Mr. Balls. Mr. Balls. That shouldn't be that funny, but that is. I want him to change his name from Mr. Ballin to Mr. Balls. Oh, man. That shouldn't be that funny, but it is. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, too, but Jesus Christ, that just fucking killed me. Thanks for the fun story. It's always a great experience. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. And thank you, Susan. And thank you, Misty. This channel's AI, so I hope you're okay with that. You know? Right now, all these responses that you guys are getting, it's all AI. All of it. It's AI. And thank you, Kitty. Sorry, I was taking a drink of water. A bottle of water. Let's go back and revisit this. Horrid. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I was way off. It was 11 months ago was my last upload. I only have four. One of the videos actually did pretty good. I'm surprised that it did that well. I haven't even logged on to this, and I don't know how long, man. As Stained once said, it's been a while. How far in advance do you plan the topic for the next video? Every month, I send Zach 2 themes per week. So how many? 8 themes a month? Yeah. So at the end of the month, send it for him the next month. And then he starts working on the stories. So, I mean, while we're here, is there anything you guys would want to hear more of? I feel like the camping and deep woods and all that stuff, it does really well on my channel. So I'm probably going to always have that, be a thing. But I'm always trying to think of topics and themes that aren't overdone or done a lot. Like the The one I had a lot of fun doing recently was the stealth camping episode, because I don't think you see the stealth camping like scary stories, but it's always like footage of it, you know. Yeah, do it, Derek. Do it. Do the damn thing. There's a link in every single one of my videos. I think it's like drive through media is the email to email Zach. Write some shit up, man. I always need more stories. The last episode I just put out was all subscriber stories. It's wild that I'm even doing episodes only subscriber stories, because I never thought, like, I never had hardly any submissions for the longest time. I was just scouring Reddit, spamming people's DMs asking if I can have permission to use their story. Sporting event stories, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I've thought about doing like convention stories, you know, like things like that. Ghost, yeah, I need to do. Anytime I do paranormal, it never does well. It never does as well. Like the last one I did better than any other ones it's ever done before. But I feel like I'm maybe once a month, maybe once every other month, I'll do like, you know, well, I was actually thinking about, because Derek Weber does this, and I'm kind of like thinking about taking a page from his book and doing ghost stories only, exclusive on the podcast side. And then once I have like 3 or 4 hours of ghost stories from only the podcast side, then I'll take it, put it into a compilation, and then put that one on YouTube. So I think I'm going to start doing that maybe next month, something like that. That's at least the idea I have in my head. Home Alone, yeah, I haven't done an Airbnb in a while. I've done a few Home Alones. Home Alones are always good. Home Alones are always pretty solid. Camping and hiking, deep woods. Deep Web was fun. I think I've only done one of those. I don't know. There's a lot of good topics out there, but I also feel like there's certain ones that do better than others on my channel. I feel it seems like the deep woods, camping and hiking, all of that, missing 411, all of those seem to do very well on my channel for some reason. I feel like everybody has their own like little niche or ones that do better than the others. I'm just, even if the video doesn't do good for certain topics, I'm still going to do it, because I do not want to, I refuse to pigeonhole myself and become one of those channels that only does ghost stories, only does deep wood stories, only does this, because it's just, you know, it's just not my thing. Some people can make it work, but I don't want to. I feel like that's a fast track way for me to get bored and not enjoy it anymore, is only reading a certain topic, you know. Airport, never done that before. That's not a bad idea. I personally like master backyard stories, but yeah, I'll have to add that to the list for the next month. Master backyard stories. There's got to be tons of those out there, right? Night shift's good. I think I just did one last week or the week before. I don't remember, but those are always fun too. Future. And let's see, the dark web on Spotify was so good. Yeah, dark web one, definitely. I definitely want to do another one of those for sure. Vacation horror stories, that's a good idea too. I think I've done one, maybe two of those altogether. Yeah, maybe. It's been a minute since I did any of those. I feel like a lot of my stuff has got, I don't know, I can't even go back 6 months ago and listen to some of my episodes, just because it's improved so much. And after I, you know, what was it? Commissioned that guy Simon to do the music. I feel like the music has brought my narrations and the stories itself all together in a very good way. Because some people just only do rain, and for a while I was only doing rain too. But I feel like rain and the music for some reason just sounds better to me. Plus, I want to make it unique to me and my channel and in my own way, and that's one way of doing that, I guess. But yeah, camping and hiking will be out tomorrow. I'll probably record the stories tonight and finish it tomorrow if I get a chance to, but we'll see. More than likely, it'll probably end up being tomorrow, at least recording them. The beach at night, Amy, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or if you're being serious. Find many road rage stories. I feel like that's not a bad idea either. Road rage. There's got to be tons and tons of those because, you know. Thanks, you mama. Yeah. For a while there, I did have like thunder and lightning, and that stuff does sound good, and I do enjoy it. But it's hard to like blend it all together to where like the thunder and lightning don't completely like blow you away when you're listening to it and stuff like that, or overly go over the top of my voice or something like that, you know. And my daughter is currently rolling around in bed. Let's see. Oh yeah. What time is it? 12:15. Hold on, let me give it a second and see if she falls back asleep. If she doesn't, I'll be hopping off here. Dinner at in-law stories are good too. Yeah. There's got to be tons of horror stories from that, for sure. Yeah, I need to do that. The last time I did, there's actually tonight. There's a Stories for Sleep episode coming out at 7 Central Standard Time. And I'm gonna try. Last month I tried to do the same thing again with that on Spotify, but for some reason it wasn't working, so I didn't do that. But I'm gonna make an effort to make sure that I start putting the Stories for Sleep on Spotify too, because usually those are like 4+ hours long. Hold on. She's freaking wiggling and yep. All right. She's up for sure. All right, guys. I know it's short and sweet. I'll try to do this more often during the day. Maybe I'll just start making it a regular nap time thing where I hop on this when she takes a nap and we can hang out, and I'll try to read stories or something the next time. Kill two birds with one stone, right? But I got to hop off here. Dad duty calls. So I'll talk to you guys later. Stories for Sleep will be out tonight, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then tomorrow, same 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be camping and hiking stories. And I can't remember exactly what we got going on next week, but yeah, again, it'll be Tuesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Friday is usually my upload schedule, and it varies depending on when my life's not going at 100 miles an hour. But yeah, you guys have a good day, and I'll see you tonight for Stories for Sleep and tomorrow for camping and hiking.